Jake here, live with the weather. My name is Jake Flores, and you're watching Papa Jakey's Jake Flores Weather Report. We're here live from Yorba Linda, California, where it is pouring rain right now. It's mass chaos outside, and it's coming down so hard that you can't even see the drops on the cement. You don't see anything. And it's coming down so fast you don't see it and you don't hear it. But it's there, and that's how fast it's coming down. My name is Jake Flores, and you're watching Papa Jakey's Weather and Life Report.
And welcome. Welcome to Papa's house. Today is an exciting day in the history of Papa John's. Come on in, we'll talk about it.
So yeah, that's what's up. That's how it's going on. Yeah. I figured well, first off, let me preface, sorry for not posting last week. It's been busy, I've been lazy, I've been tired. Been kind of just soaking up time to myself because I really need it. And there's an airplane that's really loud outside. And sorry about that. It's out of my control. But yeah, it's kind of raining outside. I wanted to record an episode that wasn't at night, so I'm here in the day. It looks dark in my room, but I like the natural lighting. It's a good look. I've got one little side light right here. That's what's glowing this wall, kind of getting my face a little bit. So yeah, I had my first winter drumline performance, or I don't know exactly what it was. I mean, I know, but I know what it was. I don't know how to describe it, though. It was like, it wasn't a competition. Whatever. Anyway, since I've been gone, I've watched like four, maybe 5 movies. Or, there's a movie I haven't talked about, but I've seen since the last time I recorded. So I just thought, we should do a little movie talk. Keep it relevant, So I saw Spider-Man a while ago. I forget who I saw it with. Yeah, I don't know, but it was a great movie. Animation, so much fun. Action, non-stop. Music, super cool. Voice acting, super fun. Colors, everything is there. Characters, it's all there. For an animated movie, it's like one of the better ones. For like adults and kids, really good. I don't really know. Can't really get that in depth to it because it's just it's an animated Spider-Man movie. Not to say that it's not it doesn't have depth. Just I don't know. Watch it for yourself. You'll see. It's good. So yeah, that was a good movie. But I watched a terrible movie called Velvet Buzzsaw on Netflix, and that was so bad. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And that was written and directed by Dan Gilroy, starring Jake Gyllenhaal. They both won Oscars. They did a movie called Nightcrawler a while back, around 5 years ago. It was great. It was a hit with critics and audiences. Everyone liked it. And then Dan Gilroy he's just fallen down a hill. He did this other movie with Denzel Washington's son, who's a great actor. He's good. I love him. But that movie apparently wasn't that good. I haven't seen it, but judging by the ratings, it wasn't that good. And then this new one, Velvet Buzzsaw, is like, when it comes to critics and audiences, it's even lower. So hopefully this guy gets his stuff together and his movies get better, because this director has the ability to work with some great powerful actors and cinematographers and stuff and editors. So I want to see something cool happen one day. So yeah, Velvet Buzzsaw, it just wasn't good. It was really cheesy, really corny. There were no main characters. There were like main characters, but it didn't focus on one person. It didn't really focus on any of them. It was just like a collection of events of art killing people. So it was just really cheesy. The effects were really. I just had this weird vibe that wasn't that good. Like Nightcrawler, it had this weird, unrealistic vibe. That was the movie Dan Gilroy made with Jake Gyllenhaal, the first collaboration. Dan Gilroy's first movie, right? Amazing. It had this weird, unrealistic vibe. It took place in downtown LA, and it was like crazy amazing, the aesthetic that they created. And like Velvet Buzzsaw, it doesn't really have an aesthetic. It's just like really plain, boring. Lighting is super plain and boring. Framing, all the scenes, a lot of the characters are just stereotypical, not interesting. The characters are uninteresting. It looks uninteresting. The story is cheesy. It makes up a bad movie. That's what I would call it, a bad movie or a not good movie. I don't know. It was an interesting concept that just was executed poorly, in my opinion. Then I watched The Hateful Eight. It's a fun movie. That was Quentin Tarantino's one of the last films he put out. And he's coming out with a new one. It was supposed to come out on my birthday, but it no longer is. I think it comes out in like half a year, in June or July. I think, is June half a year, July? I don't know. They're around the same time. I think it comes out in June. Or no. I don't care. It's one of the J months. And yeah, so I've been trying to prepare for that movie. So I watched The Hateful Eight. I'm going to try and see all of his movies before, all of Quentin Tarantino's movies, by the way, before I see this new one, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But yeah, Hateful Eight, it was entertaining. It was really long. It was kind of hard to sit there for almost 3 hours. Nonetheless, it was entertaining and intriguing. The writing is really good, and then the dialogue is really interesting because it's dialogue driven. And one thing that director and writer, Quentin Tarantino, is good at is dialogue. That's like one of his main things. It's just pure, realistic, and funny, interesting dialogue. So yeah, that was really cool. The characters are amazing. A lot of the visuals are really good. And yeah, it's just a all around pretty fine movie. Cinematography, amazing. Really liked the lighting too. That was cool. Then I watched A Serious Man with who's in that movie? I don't know. No one that I can think of off the top of my head. Let me check. But that was directed by the Coen brothers, who wrote and directed Oscar Best Picture award winner of 2007, No Country for Old Men. And they've also done a ton of movies. They make all kinds of movies. And some of them are like kind of small, some of them are on a bigger scale, like No Country for Old Men. And it's really cool because they've mastered the small movie. And that's something that's really special. That's really cool. So, A Serious Man, there's no one that's like extremely notable. Like the main actor, Michael Stuhlbarg. He's been in a few things. He was just in The Shape of Water and Call Me By Your Name. And The Post. Which, I mean, I don't know. Doctor Strange, Arrival. So he's been in some good movies. It's just his name. I don't know. I haven't seen it. He's been in a lot of really big things, actually. But, yeah. It's a fun movie. It's nice and small, nice and short and sweet. Visuals are amazing by Oscar nominated and award winning what's his name? Roger Deakins. I love Roger Deakins. He won for Blade Runner 2049 at the Academy last year. So yeah, that's cool. And yeah, this talk is it's really boring. I'm sorry about that. But I figured I have to make one of these, even if it's just a filler. One day there's gonna be just a killer episode. Someone will be on it. We'll have a guest. I don't know when the next guest will be. I have ideas for who I want on. Like I have at least 3, maybe 4 ideas of people. So yeah, one day we're gonna get all those guys on, and I hope this podcast doesn't die anytime soon. That would really be unfortunate. Because what episode are we on? 7? I think this is 7. Gotta keep pumping them out. Like babies. So yeah. I also watched the Fire Festival documentary, which is very interesting. If you don't know what the Fire Festival was, or is, I don't know what the correct term is. I think is correct. If you don't know what the Fire Festival... No. If you don't know what it was, if you didn't know what it was. Anyway, the Fire Festival was a supposed luxury music festival in the Bahamas on... Was it Pablo Escobar? Yeah, Pablo Escobar's old island. And it was a complete disaster, and it all started with this guy who had this like not fraud, but it was, or maybe it was fraud. I'm gonna say it was a fraud credit card company, and he said he wanted to make his own music festival, so he bought this island, and he got all these hot babes and these famous people to go on this island to shoot a promo. And upon releasing the promo, they put Pablo Escobar's name in it, saying like, "Oh, this music festival is going to be on his old island," and they kicked him off the island. They were like, "You don't say his name. Well, you're stupid." So yeah, they got kicked off the island, and that was within weeks of having to find a new location. They defined a new location within weeks of the festival starting, and basically even when they already had the island secured, the initial one, it was already planned to be like, it was already planned to not go well. They didn't have enough space, living sources. They were just putting out offers for things they didn't even know if they could do yet. So yeah, it was just, that part was a disaster. And then they actually get on the island they're supposed to be, and they inhabit all of the island's workers to help put this thing together. And they're, and they set up all these trashy tents, and then it rains the night before the festival starts, and it ruins all the tents, and it ruins everything. And then the people get flown, the people are going to fly in, right, on this private jet. But it was just this old jet that was like all broken down, and it was gross inside. And they get there, and there's no one to help them. So they go on these like yellow buses, and they see all their tents when they get to the site, and it's just a disaster. And then there's no food, hardly any water. It's literally like Woodstock all over again. So yeah, it was terrible, and this documentary documents how it all went down leading up to the event. Lots of anxiety, pretty crazy, pretty wacky. I don't know. Now my dog's barking. I don't want my dog in this room. I just don't. So yeah, I watched some good movies. By the way, remember, not the last disastrous episode, but the episode before that, I was talking about bagels, right? Bagels, man. Bagels. Well, yesterday was Bagel Day. Saturday, February 9th. Happy Bagel Day, everyone. Still, no one knows the origin of the bagel. No one knows who created the bagel, or even where the bagel comes from. Bagels just show up. Alright, I ate a bagel this morning from my church. It was an onion bagel, and it tasted very good, and there was some nice cream cheese on it. I don't know where cream cheese comes from anywhere, but I think it's really good, just like the bagels. So, happy Bagel Day, everyone. It's Bagel Day. But, yeah, today is Sunday, the 10th. Beautiful day. Spent the morning at church doing the cameras for main service. So I was like pretty much in control of the live stream. That was fun. We had a new setup, some switchers and stuff. It was a good old dandy time down there. Had a bagel, had a donut, and then I came home. And yeah, I've been chilling. I finished my homework. I read a little bit. I'm reading the book Call Me By Your Name. I'm not gay, but that book is good. Okay? There's one thing you cannot deny. If you're straight and you've read that book, it's great. It's a great little book. It's a good book. So yeah, I'm kind of tired. I was up until like 3 a.m. and then I had to wake up at like 8. Because last night I was at a concert with my boy Jake Shields. It was a Sublime cover concert. It was really cool. Like, their band had some horns and stuff. And usually I don't listen to that kind of music, like Sublime, reggae, ska. Not a big ska guy, but live, it's fun. It's fun live. Because I went to an Interrupters concert one time, and that was cool. That was fun. Just the energy, the music, it's all cool. And yeah, the cover band, they had a trumpet player who put like effects through his trumpet. So like his trumpet was going to a microphone, and then the microphone went to like delay and reverb, just these weird effects that made it sound like a keyboard almost, and then that was projected out. And that was really cool. That was I thought that was awesome. There was this really killer saxophone. Killer sax. Great music. I love great music. I'm going to a Swimmers concert coming up. They're one of my favorite punk bands right now. I don't really like punk music, but I like Swimmers. So yeah, all is well. All is well. My last note on here was there's something on my right butt cheek. Now, there was something on my right butt cheek, but it's since gone, and I think it's moved to my left butt cheek. Because every time... Okay, so basically one day I woke up, right? This was around a week ago, Monday of last week. When I should have been recording an episode, I was complaining about this stupid, like, it felt like a bug bite. I think it was kind of like a bug bite, but I don't know. I was told that it could be a staph infection. I don't know what a staph infection is, but it was on my butt, this thing. So I did what I had to do. I laid butt naked in my bed with a warm towel on my right butt cheek. And yeah, it went away. And now it might be on my left side. I'm just like, I don't know, sore from kind of working out. Because of Winter Drumline, it might just be my muscle, but I feel something on my left cheek. I don't know. My right cheek is safe, though. It's fine. You don't have to worry about my right cheek. So yeah, that's today's episode. I don't know what else to talk about. Maybe the Oscars. I should have mentioned this before we went into talking about Bagel Day, but along the lines of movies, as mentioned earlier, the Oscars are coming up, and they're going to be terrible. Because it all started when Kevin Hart was wrongly kicked off. He made these gay jokes, right, a long time ago. Let me preface. He made these gay jokes a long time, and then he apologized. He apologized for them. So, he already apologized for these jokes. Whew, cleared out of the way. He gets a hold of hosting the Oscars. The next day, they're like, we found these jokes, and you can't be on the Oscars. But it's like he already apologized for them. And he said all of this on Ellen, like, it would have sparked the fire more if he apologized again, and then it would have been a step down, and then the Oscars would have been about this guy who had to apologize for making gay jokes, who already apologized. Anti-gay jokes. This is what I mean. What's that called? Homophobic? Homophobia. Anyway, he already apologized. He didn't want to stir the pot, so he just stepped down. He wasn't fired. The Oscars said that if he wanted to host, he would just have to apologize. But he was like, no. Which I get that. I totally respect that. That's cool. More power to that man. And then they're also not even going to air certain awards, like Best Cinematography. Arguably one of the best awards when it comes to people like me. So many people that I know watch the Oscars and care about best cinematography, because cinematographers are important to movies. So take out, best sound mixing, because no matter what, that goes to every Star Wars movie. Or best sound editing, which will go to the Marvel movie. Because those are kind of the throwaways, right? They're important. They are important, like Baby Driver won Best Sound Mixing or something last year, or was nominated. They're important. But in this socially biased world, we don't have to air those. But I don't know. Maybe we do. I don't even want to watch the Oscars. But I'm going to, because it's like I have to know. Are my favorite movies going to win? Who's going to win? I want to be the first to know. That's the only reason. But who cares? Like, who even cares? It's the Oscars. They're stupid. They don't matter. Yada, yada, yada. Whatever. Yeah. So, one episode that I'm planning for the future is an episode from Hawaii, because I'm going to Hawaii in April, and I'm going to have some peeps with me. I'm going with some peeps, going to Hawaii with band. So yeah, it might be fun. If you guys want to hear some music, if you guys want to see me in Hawaii running around, or maybe just me and my friends all hanging around, either way, it'll be a cool little trip report. So yeah, this is today's episode. Jake's weather report. It's not really raining anymore, but it kind of looks like it. Or like it will. It's pretty cloudy outside. Like, you can just tell by the lighting that it's kind of, those are some dark clouds. Which is my favorite. I love these kinds of days. I don't know why. So yeah, I'm thinking tonight, I kind of want to watch another movie. Now that I recorded this podcast, and I finished a chapter of my book, and I already did my homework. I practiced earlier. So, yeah, this is all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching or listening. I'm going to try and see if we can get this on iTunes, an audio version. I might just start posting just the audio with a still image over, because I don't really want to go visual with this quite yet, because there's nothing visual going on. I mean, it's my mom's art supplies back there in my room. I don't know why, but they're back there. This is my window, keyboard and stuff. It's like it's not entertaining. I was thinking, because don't ask why, but there's a fireplace in my room. So I thought it would be cool if I, for every episode, lit the fireplace, and I got a little chair, and I'm in my fancy chair with the fireplace recording a podcast. But I think someone does that already. I'm not sure who, but I think someone does. And plus my bed is a little too close. So it would be like you would see my bed in the shot, and it would look kind of weird. But that's fine. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to find me, contact me. I've got links in the description to all of my social media, my email, my social security, my credit card information, even my house address. Both of my house addresses. Mom and Dad's house. Find me. Come at me, bro. And shout out to Hawk Talk Podcast. Y'all ain't got crap on me. I am 5 episodes in advance of you guys. And I started after you. So what's going on? Get it together. Come on, guys. I see I even skipped out on a week. And I'm still ahead. So, yeah. Challenge. Accept the challenge or meet your doom. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Papa is not in the house anymore. Well, Papa's still in the house because it's raining outside. But I'm not in this house. I'm not in this house. Of this house, I am gone. So see you guys. Many great days.